I mean, today, mashallah, we have about 10. Yes.
Thank you, sir, for introducing a new topic. My question is, your presentation was on how to make a project viable through the green
CDM.
scheme. What if it's a wind hydel project? So can it sell it directly through the CDA scheme?
Of course. No, you can't. Bijli to aap wabda ko hi bechenge. You'll have to sell electricity to the grid, but
Additionally,
of course. I mean, those are the ideal CDM projects. I mean, wind and hydro, you don't have better projects than that from a CDM perspective.
Since we have already partly replied my question in demand supply mechanism, I wanted to ask you, if one cannot sell carbon credits, can these be accumulated for future years?
Yes.
Left by the
So,
year?
आप assume करें that you made all of your projections based on €8 and you did not lock into a, because for instance, we as our company, we also give customers the ability to sell their credits for a period of 10 years. We represent funds. These are sovereign funds, for instance, run by the European, owned and run by the European Investment Bank and KfW and 4 other state banks in Europe. And they give you a guarantee that no matter what happens to the carbon market, we'll pay you €8. But hypothetically, let's say you did not take that offer and you decided to wait it out. And now the market tanks to €2. You can hold them. It's like wine. I mean, you can hold it and the next year it actually improves. It's that kind of a thing. They do not expire as per se. इसीलिए उनको vintages भी कहते हैं. वो एक्चुअली स्पीकर कहीं और लगा हुआ है और बंदा कहीं और होता है तो बंदा कंफ्यूज हो जाता है कि कहां से आवाज आ रही है.
Umar sir, question is, you have made mention of gas industry. Would you like
Yes.
to explain how
Sure.
can a gas distribution industry can
Sure.
avail carbon credit benefits?
दो किस्म के गैस इंडस्ट्री के. You have companies who do gas exploration, oil and gas exploration, and then you have the pipeline companies. In the oil and gas exploration sector, you have a lot of fugitive gas emissions. Pakistan में तो इतना ज़्यादा नहीं है, by the way. We are very conscious of, I mean, people talk about a lot of bad things in Pakistan. एक बड़ी अच्छी चीज़ ये है कि Pakistan does not waste a lot of gas. In your oil and gas exploration sector, जितनी भी gas leakages थी ना, they have been tapped. And now there are very small amount of gas leakages. But if you had large amounts of gas leakages which were previously being flared, you would have set up gas conversion facilities, plants which improve the gas quality and then re-inject it into the pipeline. That kind of a plant which reduces gas flaring can claim carbon credits. फिर दूसरा आपकी जो SNGPL and SSGC दो companies हैं, they have huge amount of unaccounted for gas. UAG, पता नहीं किस तरह की उसकी term है. 7% they pay as a fee, but I think they say that unaccounted for gas, UAG is even more than that, 10%. वो क्या है? Those are pipeline leakages. Some are, of course, theft related, but there are many which are leakages. These pipelines were laid out many years ago and they've had little repair on it. If these two companies undertake projects to do repair and maintenance on those and plug those leakages, they can claim credits for it as well.
In fact, in both the companies, repair and maintenance is a regular business. So how can they claim the credit? The question is this.
Sorry, in both companies?
SNGPL as well as in SSGC. Repair and maintenance is a regular function. They are
Not really. Not really. To be honest, it's not a regular function. With SNGPL, for instance, I have been personally speaking to them over the last 3 years, and they have still not undertaken that project which was conceived 3-4 years ago. Because they have a mindset that the company that wants the carbon credits should invest in the entire repair and maintenance itself. Whereas the companies who want to get the carbon credits say that their income is alone not enough. You need to pay them for it as well. ये पाकिस्तान में कभी-कभार एक misconception है that carbon credits is in itself going to pay back for the project. No, it's not true. This is just the cherry on the top. It can give you a marginal increase to your IRR. It cannot become the IRR itself. Most carbon credit projects cannot.
But the question is, how can we prove that without carbon credit, these maintenance of these lines are unfeasible?
मैं आपको example दे रहा हूँ ना. For instance, for 4 years, they've been talking about it and they haven't done it.
But
And
how can we prove before UNO? My question is,
how can you prove?
before UNO,
Yeah.
these were unfeasible.
No, of course you can. In SSGC's SNGPL's case,
yes.
they don't make. For instance, we told them all the gas that you recover from it, you can sell this gas to industry and you can make money from it. They came back with a very simple thing, that it doesn't really matter to us where this gas gets sold. We get money based on the asset that we have laid out. We don't make any money on it. So for them, it is a very good case. They can say that we don't have any other interest other than carbon credit to fix this problem. उनके लिए तो कोई दूसरी income stream है ही नहीं. You see, otherwise they would have said that, yeah, we can sell it to somebody else and claim additional revenue from selling it to industry or to whatever. But for them, it's a perfect case. Yeah. Thank you.
And I've actually had the opportunity to interact with Omar a couple of years, I think about 2 years ago. And congratulations on slowing down the speed of the speech, because he can rattle off numbers and they often make me lose myself. But very, very good to hear that we're looking towards this and the number of projects that are coming up. These are things that you normally don't hear about until a very late stage. So hopefully from your perspective, because you are the people who will generate that financial sheet and for example, he said the financials and the costings and the PC1, very, very pertinent for you. So thank you for making that link there also. As the privilege is, or the burden is on the session chairman, I will invite my next speaker, but sir, before you make it on stage, because I know you're very eager to do so, he's the Chief Executive Officer of Agro Foods Limited, Mr. Sarfraz Rahman. I'd like you to tell you very briefly about him, though many of you already know of him. Sarfraz Rahman is the Chief Executive Officer of Agro Foods Limited since 2005 and a Senior Vice President of Agro Corporation Limited. He also serves as a Director on the Board of Agro Foundation. Please help me in welcoming him to the stage for the concluding remarks.
I'm supposed to be the chairman here. There isn't much to summate because the green accounting thing didn't happen at all, and I think the carbon credit was fairly obvious. And we're talking about the implementation side of it. But my only thought, I've been giving lectures in the environment for about 15 years now. And I know that 9 out of 10 people in the crowd actually don't know the basis of the climate change thing. So I'll just probably talk for about 10-15 minutes if I can about that, and hope that you guys don't get bored. So I'll start on that. In Surah Rahman, Allah talks about Mizan. Mizan converting the word balance. And he indicates that this world has been built on a balance, and really human beings should live the life in some sort of balance. Now, as it so happened, for millennia, human beings did. Our population of the world used to be between 250 to 500 million, till we crossed the first billion in about 1805. Since then, we've gone racing ahead, and of course, we are now 7 billion and going on to 9 billion. But other things also happened. Obviously, with the amount of the population, consumption started increasing, and therefore environmental degradation started happening. But more so, there was another aspect of change which happened in a period of about 50 years, which is really the thing which has caused us, which has caused the present problems. Between about 1750 and 1800, 3 things happened in the world which changed our environment totally. First was that the economic revolution was started by the industrial age. What did the industrial age mean? It meant that you could now store things. You could first produce mass scale. You could store things. You could move them. Human beings till that day had been like the birds or the animals. Really, they couldn't preserve things, so they would produce and consume there and then. So suddenly, you could produce a lot. You could store it. You could move it hundreds of miles, and that meant the consumption started going up.